Hi everyone, let's get started here. Let's have some fun. Still got a few songs left to do, so let's get through all that. We probably want to start with shortcuts because we're starting to run out of things to work on. I think we finished most of this stuff. So now we're more music. Play through that. That I need to warm up for. So about it. So not much more for arcade. Two songs for arcade. So let's go shortcut. We have two new ones. These are going to be very interesting warm-ups to say the least. You sure about that? I don't know, man.
Absolutely perfect!
That was painful to do without warm-up.
New record!
There's no way. Ah. Hey, what's up, Jackets? At least he was generous enough to compress with the speed changes.
That was also very few steps for
Great, now I'm probably just gonna get bowled over here. That is so much 210. I can still see that being a higher end 21, but yow! Shortcuts are hard.
Yes! You're still
Let's play that one again.
Next stage.
Shit.
always 1948 is 21.
Yeah. These are certainly some charts. think it's gonna take some time for me to get used to Diesel style. Cause yeah. Well, we got all these ready to go through. That is a lot of charts for a shortcut. No, man. That's not very good. I get what he's trying to do. I don't know.
Wow! New record!
I don't know how I feel about that. I feel better about it than
Game over!
Festival of Death Moon S14, but that's not exactly a high benchmark. Let's keep going.
New series, series, going, circle.
They really just want to kill us with shortcuts this game. You were right, that one was good. It's pretty good.
It's the lowest score for you, that operates exactly what you expected.
Unbelievable! You're the
This one just made a lot more
next
sense.
stage.
It's also way more what you expect from the song.
Yeah.
Some twisty strings.
It's a good one.
But you keep looking like, wow, what the hell?
Just barely didn't catch that last note. I like how this is the chart I gave that to.
Absolutely perfect!
That's good.
Wow! New record!
That knows exactly what it wants out of this game. And it does it really well. Good one. That one's good.
Next stage.
Alright, let's check out a bit of doubles. Let's check out doubles first. We'll swing back to S23. Hey, genius, you're playing doubles. Wow. Every day I shock. That's what I'm thinking. The whole time I'm thinking this is Vincent's. What a chart! This is the most Vincent chart that has ever been made for this game in K-pop.
Wow! New record!
This is the most Vincent chart in the game that's from K-pop. Yeah, I would honestly agree because that wears you out. That really does wear you out. It's funny at least. I had more fun with that than singles. But I think we're getting a little carried away. Oh well, I guess if there's one place to get carried away, this is pretty much the folder to do so. So I'm expecting very weird turns out of this one. Wow, I didn't know Dolky was writing under a new name. That was an interesting experience.
You're the best!
Wow.
Margo Winter reminds me of Eurovision. Margo Winter reminds me of Just Keep It.
And part of it reminds me of Time Attack. It's like we threw all three charts together. Yeah, it is. But it's maybe a little too.
Game over!
Maybe, I don't know. That was an experience. Alright, well. Let's go look at some of the other ones for this one. This certainly is an experience today.
New challenge. Difficulty in playoff place. Limiter.
Well, at least you could chain a whole bunch of them as 12th best, but that is not easy on the movement.
Absolutely perfect! Next
That's
stage.
something that definitely looks easy and is very much not, because the movement between the bursts that are not close together is very strenuous. Now, none of the patterns themselves are hard, so if you're good at just sustaining, then it shouldn't be that bad to clear. But if you have problems with very wide movements, this is going to drain you a lot more, and it's probably going to kick you before you can get to the easier part, where you can just chain everything together. That was a good direction to go with that for a burst chart, at least. Alright, let's see singles first. Because I know exactly what doubles is, and I know Miller loves it. He's already got a UG, I think. What does this look like? Is it just a bunch of runs? It probably is. I would have liked it if more was on the right foot instead of the left. There was almost nothing on the right foot. That can absolutely be improved.
Next stage.
Well, there's our training chart for 1948, so that's probably why this one exists. Alright. Alright. All I know is this is all rolling brackets. need to redecide ratings because I don't know about 24 for that. It's really fun, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I knew
But I think we need to redefine the difficulty scale for rolling brackets.
New record!
I'm gonna play that again now because that one's really fun.
I can see why it's my Miller's favorite.
Yep, it is exactly the kind of thing he loves. I like it too, but I don't know about 24, man. It's really hard
Next stage.
because it's a reading test too. It's a very difficult reading test. Now the thing to know about this is that there are no actual 16th bursts. You just do everything rolling, so as long as you read it that way, you'll be okay. I'm gonna crank up the speed too, just so I can worry less about it. 'Cause it gets pretty clustered. I do appreciate that singles and doubles are very different in their concepts at the high end. Like, definitely good to split those up.
That's my favorite shortcut to X.
Yeah. Now, to be fair on that, 2 different people made that. Grades are so bad.
Way to go!
I think honestly, I'm better off turning on like JT minus 5. No, I really like this. Let's play this some more. Like, I really actually do really like this, but I have to put in work because this is not my strong suit.
Game over!
Now, this one's legitimately really fun. So as far as things that we still need to go through, we have doubles for Burnout we need to play. We need to go through most of Super Akuma Emperor. We need to get through most of Rush Hour, and most of 1948. So I don't want to spend too much time on this.
You
No.
also have couples.
I'm not going to go for Neo Catharsis right now. I do need to do charts. I know.
I would like
I know. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to spend too long on this, even though it's really fun.
New tunes! Typical tune co-op play. Just
Three should probably be okay if I just hit it normally. Really need to just watch the bottom of the screen. Nice match. Better.
Wow, fantastic! Wow, new record!
Okay, like I said, that was really fun,
Stage.
but definitely for another day. You know what? Gonna get freaking ran over on this. I'm gonna get so ran over.
Is it all rounds?
Eh.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a chart.
We did it! Wow, new record!
I just wanted to die in the middle of those runs. It's a good chart, but ow. Ow.
Next stage.
I really do think we're underestimating how difficult these are just because they're a lot shorter.
I think the problem is maybe it's hard for you to
I don't have a problem with the BPMs, or even the way it's cut.
No, I meant the difficulty.
I just think we need to rate up. Like, sure, keep the charts as they are. Just rate them up. Because there's no way that's actually a 23 if you were to compare it to something arcade length.
Nope.
That's so hard. Alright.
Shortcut.
You do afterlife.
Series zone burst to zero and beat it.
Well, we managed to fill out the entire chart list. It's like, regardless if this survives a game or not, it ain't getting any more charts without a refresh of the UI or something. The turn at the end I forgot about when I saw it. That's fun. It's hard. It's a good hard.
Unbelievable! You're the best! Wow! New record!
Didn't it something on the light turns at some point here?
Yeah, it's a pretty wide turn at the end.
It looked like we were light turns, like they stopped sideways.
It also had nobody at the very end on these notes. That one's really fun. It definitely earns its 23 rating because the ending is actually pretty relentless.
Somebody really wanted to make it.
I don't see no N in EXC's name. I don't think we wanted that.
Game over!
That one's good. Let me go check the list, see what else I'm missing. I know I'm missing Danger and Danger. I haven't put that in. Let's see. What's it? Yeah, aside from co-op's the only thing left is Danger and Danger. I guess let's get started with that and then work backwards.
New teams! Critical series is now burst to 0. Double X.
So this is mostly a fold of D23. Has a lot of similar ideas. I guess that's fine for this. I know somebody else tried to fold D23 at some point, but this looks a lot better. Good one. Good chart.
Absolutely perfect! Wow! New record!
Sideways runs really make you work on that one at the end. So it definitely earned its rating.
Next stage!
Because up until then, it's mostly stamina driven, as long as you can read okay. But the ending sideways runs definitely seal the deal. It's good. It makes you work. Good one. I know people were wanting harder turrets for this for a while, so glad GG Wong came and delivered on singles. Good job, sir. Okay, so that's it for new charts. So let's go back and clean up the stuff I haven't finished yet.
Double X.
So starting with this over here. So we'll do both singles back and then we'll do double. I got cut off guard by the last note. Whoops.
Absolutely perfect! Wow! New record!
Damn it. I bet you Roberto was in rush hour traffic and snuck in at the last second. This one's fun. But it doesn't give much of a break, so even if you break up the bursts, it does wear you down a bit. It is good for what it is. I think this one's actually legitimately really fun. Like, I usually don't like a lot of charts that aren't, like, turny. But this one actually ends up being pretty fun for being something so straightforward. Just because the bursting is a pretty constant theme. And all the patterns do work nicely. You just have to be fast. It's a lot of 30 seconds. But why this was charted at 112 instead of 224 like it is in every other game, I don't know. I wonder if they contacted Litmus and to troll them, he was just like, yeah, it's definitely 112. I would absolutely see that happening with how much Litmus like shit posted his videos, which are freaking amazing if you've never seen them. Alright. Well, now for the hard one. These are actually not as hard as I was expecting. It looks a lot scarier than it is.
Unbelievable! You're the best! Wow! New record!
This is really good. This is legitimately really good. Like it's really not a huge step up from the 20. I was expecting it to be more difficult, but honestly, it's balanced out to the point where you're not gonna struggle that much more. It's really fun though. Like, it's a good balance of everything you need. Not super turn heavy, but it's got a little bit of everything else.
Game over!
I really like that one. It's like I don't even like the song that much, but the charts have been fun. Charts have been good. We'll sit for just a bit. My back is starting to act up a little again. I didn't sleep that great. I definitely want to get through the rest of Arcade at least, and then stop for the day. Alright, let's get started on these doubles. Let's go the other way, since we're in world music. Let's go the other way. There it is. so much more annoying than singles. Like, it's fine that way, but it's definitely more annoying. Wow.
Wow! You're awesome!
It's a chart.
Wow! New record!
Yeah, that was not a very good first try, but it has very FEMS patterns in not the good way this time.
Next stage.
And a lot of that is just me playing sloppy, but they are definitely very awkward.
Okay.
I guess this is the only chart of the set so far that I haven't really liked. Now I gotta do more foot speed. And this is probably gonna be more of a step up than it was between 20 to 22. Definitely want speed higher. Hopefully that's good enough. It's a little sticky. Pretty good. I just short a triple
You're
S.
awesome! Wow! New record!
Oh! Oh! No, I'm definitely not doing that, goof.
Next stage.
Oh god. That one's actually still pretty fun. Hard. But it's good. So I have a higher score on the 24 than 22. Because I didn't think I was going to get that one long run at the end, but I just kept going. I'm just like, you know what, screw it. I've already got a good pace going. 2 missed first try is pretty good. I can live with that. Hey, Joe. Thank you. Update has been fun. Not easy, but definitely fun. So I think Super Aqua Emperor is next.
Did you get them from the station?
Yeah. Because I ended on D25. We did all the Decadence already. Right? Oh. I don't really like this song that much, so I'm hoping I can just push through this. I'm not built like I used to be. Things at the high BPM are really hard for me now. Like, really hard. I've never been good at sustaining high BPMs. Because my legs burn out pretty badly. It's okay. We're gonna go. Just gonna go. And considering I'm probably gonna have to do at least a little bit of running, let's turn the speed up. See, funny thing is, I feel the opposite. I feel like the charts are really good, but the song is, like, not my taste. It isn't a bad song, but it's not what I like. Like, out of Red Alice's stuff that I know, this is, like, bottom half for me. Good. And not really that taxing. Just some slop.
Unbelievable! You're the best! Wow! New record!
240 actually feels pretty chill right now, so why don't we go ahead and push through. Let's push through the other charts. That was such a stupid miss in the slowdown. It was just like, whoops. The brain is not braining. Hey, Ellie. So far, so good. There have been many, many interesting charts played today.
Game over!
There's a shortcut for Hymn of the Golden Glory now. You can look at the D24 for that if you want to see where how screwed the difficulty scale is now in terms of reading brackets. Because, to be fair, that chart for him is really fun. But I think we've de-emphasized the reading aspect so much for difficulty. You know what? I'm just going to play it for you. I'm just going to play it for you. Screw it. We're just going to play it. We're just going to freaking play it.
New tunes. Zero Zone Remix Shortcut.
This thing has so many rolling brackets, I just turned JT on. Forget being late, just freaking do the thing. Remember that the BPM is 244. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, fantastic!
Like I said, 24.
Next stage.
Modern meta is so screwed. In a cool way, but it's screwed. I think the scariest part is the 2x walk pattern in the middle is one of the easier parts to read and do. I would absolutely say 25. And this fucker right here. Oh my god. Look at the grade on that 23 on my first try. You know what? I need to get a better score. We're just gonna go for it. But this is like 23 now. I know it's short, but everything's clustered together in this one. Oh.
Two.
Alright, let's give this another try. And at least try and get a grade up. Blech.
Wow! New record!
Blech. This one's just packed. Just freaking packed with notes. The run is 210.
Next stage.
Just like it is in arcade, the run is 210 BPM. Like, it could be harder, but I don't need it any harder. It's already pretty damn hard. Because it's not just the speed you have to worry about. There is so much tech. There are very few things in upper level pump now where it's just you're only focusing on one or two skill sets. Pretty much now you blend almost everything into one. Game is so hard now. I wonder what N thinks of all the hard things now, or BPM. I see BPM still playing, like he's posting like little YouTube shorts of him playing his own UCS. So, it's amusing that he's still playing actively. But even he's probably just like, what the hell is going on? Even I didn't want the game this hard.
Shortcut. Original.
Ugh. Yes, I value human life. Alright. Okay. We need to run. We need to really run. Okay. First try. It's just really confusing. It's not that bad, honestly.
You did it! Wow! New record!
I think if you just want to pass, this isn't that bad. There are just a lot of little things that are meant to trip you up, and you just bleed life. Well, they do that specifically for singles so that in case the other person's playing, the flash doesn't carry over to them too. It's a little weird, but I get the logic why. Like, patterns all flow really nicely in the runs, but there are lots of little things like the burst into side jumps that if you try and cheat, unless you have big feet, you're probably gonna miss those. the chart was fun.
Game over.
Like, it definitely could have been harder, but I'm okay with how it was. Like, the chart was fun. And it flowed nicely. It's just meant to be hard in its way. That being said, we still have a D26 to go for it, so, we're gonna see how that turns out. Yeah, the effect just varies from thing to thing. There are some things where things get a little silly when two players are playing. Like if you're playing RIP, both playfields will like do the effect, even if it's different charts. That even if it's a chart that doesn't have the effect, like so things get very confusing. It's very funny in a not so good way. You know, after watching the BGA a few more times, I really think having it at like low frame rate like it does actually kind of enhances it. I think this is one of the few times where I think having it like that, where it's kind of feels smeared, works with the song. It is a cool BGA, and I expect nothing less from C-Sphere. C-Sphere is very good. Definitely was a good choice to hire him. Like, I've said this for the last, like, 2-3 years now, but ever since, like, Chrono Circle and the end of XX, the BGA production has definitely ramped back up. Like, we've had some hiccups here and there, but as a whole, BGA quality on average is very good again. For my ass? No. I didn't even pass.
That's the way to go.
Ending is way too hard for 24.
Next stage.
I don't think Diesel really took into account that you're not going to have your body weight directly over the pad when you do those runs. Gotta do it again, man. Also, hi Zest, hi Tim. Yeah, that just kind of came out of nowhere because the patterns are also harder than they are in singles. Pretty much. But here's the thing is that Gloria was somewhat cheatable because it was all in the middle six for the first half of the run. And there was actually a pretty good bracket strap for it. This has the runs on the side, you just have to flat out do them. Yeah, like, I expect the difficulty to increase a bit, like 22. But it was too sharp at the end. The patterns are too hard. Yeah. There are also some really nasty things in this chart, even outside of that. So, I'm probably just not going to play the 26 today. We're just going to move on. Like, I'm already kind of tired out. My back is... It was better yesterday. It's okay for now to play, but don't want to strain it too hard. Updates as a whole, it's been very fun. There's been some what the hell charts, but at least mostly in a positive way of like, here, this is something interesting to do. I've had fun. I will say I've had fun. It's not in my upper tier of updates, but it's definitely nowhere near the bottom. I will say I've grown very fond of 1948 as a song. Okay, so we need to just go at the end. So once we hit the final hold, we need to just go. Once you know that it's coming, it's not as bad.
Next stage.
Once you know it's coming, it's not as bad. I can definitely clean that up a lot better. We're gonna move on. Yeah, I would still say a higher end 24 because you have to have the foot speed. I'm still amazed I can even stream 240 at my age right now. Considering I am very not active when it comes to foot speed things. Like, The last time I actively worked on any kind of foot speed chart was when I was grinding 2XS23 for XX to get run 9. And I worked on that for weeks. Because anybody who doesn't know how difficult that was infamous for being the only one of the 50 skill titles that only required an S instead of a double S. But the catch was the game would not recognize this S if it was below your personal best score. Yeah, I come across as youthful. I'm still in my mid 30s right now. Like I'm trucking along, but let's just say that I'm trucking along a little less painlessly these days. Well, I hope I go strong for as long as I can. But yeah, like 2X was the last time I really worked on foot speed. Alright, we're gonna go to Burnout first because I have to play a few things out of that. I like this song a lot, and this is a really cool BGA. Props to, I think it was Miyahara who did it. Can't see. It's exactly what I expected out of something that would be made for 1940. I'm just amazed it actually is in the game, and they played the long April Fool's card on us. Because I was convinced it was going to get pulled last second. But no, they pulled the long one on us. And I actually really like it. So good job, Animero, you got me. Fun.
Absolutely perfect! Wow! New record!
Yeah, you did, Zest. I think what really makes it amazing, I don't know if you saw already, but on my YouTube, I already published 1948 D question marks playing random stuff just to see what happens. And I gotta admit, while recording, the production quality of it is actually really good even on these speakers. Like, it actually sounds really pleasant to listen to.
Game over!
Like, Max actually mastered it pretty much perfectly for how you need it to sound, to make it sound good on, like, not great speakers. So I actually have to give big props to Max. Like, he really is a really talented composer and a good sound engineer when he's not remixing things as a whole. That's the part that can be questionable. It depends on who he mixes with. Yeah, it's good. It's really just solid. And it actually feels like a song. That's the thing I have that's the like issue I take with a lot of stuff like high-end Voltex. The songs don't really sound like songs half the time on 20s. There are some really good ones, but they focus a lot on just ripping piano rolls and a lot of just speedcore stuff. I much rather prefer the 1948 approach, where it's like it's very obviously death metal, but you have like melodic lines and such. I'm glad you tried it because I'm not trying it. Alright, one more chart for burnout. Oh, that's right, I haven't done Ultimate Eyes. Okay, well, I still got more to do. I completely forgot about Ultimate Eyes. I guess I'm not done just yet. So I guess we'll play through this, we'll play through Ultimate Eyes, and then do what I can of 1948 and be done. Because I'm about ready for a meal. We ate at about, what, 2 o'clock? Yeah, it was right before we had the meeting. Because we had a meeting over big deal stuff and just kind of talking about what we can do for next event.
More like 1:30 then.
Yeah. So I will say that like we are in good talks about improving things for next big deal. Because honestly, I was feeling pretty burned out after the event. And I wasn't even sure if I was gonna do it again next time. But after talking and discussing things for next time, there's a better chance I'll come back and do more things. Event as a whole, it was up and down. Most people did have a good time, but there are things that we have to address that I won't go into. I will say from the stream production side of things, I was mostly happy with how things turned out. The only issue was the cameras did not want to work properly on day 2. You could see them glitching out pretty much all the time. So I'm going to retire using webcams for that because they do not like those USB extenders. I'll get some actual cameras if I do this again. But as a whole, the stream production actually went really well for Pump. So I'm pretty happy with that. Like the sound was balanced. We didn't have any issues with that. The captures were perfectly on. Like I was a little scared, but yeah, as a whole, I was pretty happy with stream production aside from the camera issue. Alright, Mr. Sunny. That's kind of hard at the end. It's fun. Good one.
Absolutely perfect!
Nice.
Wow! New record!
pretty hard last run.
Next stage.
No, I feel you, Jess, because that's exactly how I felt with Decadence. But I know Yu's track record is very good. So I figured, let me just listen to the full thing when it comes out. And it did not disappoint when we got the full song, and it fits perfectly to that place and context. I think the funniest part was, who was it, Fusebox or someone? Fusebox or CC, or one of the two, decided to merge in the characters from things like 1948 doing the dance instead. That was like fantastic. I don't know.
I mean, it was like Command Burn.
Was it? I can't remember. I'm already like, I have burnout.
It was both Reaper and Command Burn, so technically 1950. Super Aquaman.
Yeah, like I said, Decadence really grew on me. And honestly, 1948 grew on me really good, too. He got a strawberry juice. Bye-bye, take over the web. I need my strawberry juice. I think that's just difficulties in general for this patch. There have been things that are accurate, and then there are things that feel really hard. Especially the shortcuts. The shortcuts should all be like up by like a 1. Okay. Well, this should be standard tune stuff. Just here, more runs. Like, this shouldn't be that different from Harmageddon in terms of what to expect for the chart. Nice trip. Ultimate Eyes is my favorite Bloody Tears remix.
Absolutely perfect! Wow! New record!
Yeah, I just kind of got stuck on the down arrow and just didn't jack, so that's my fault. I'm pretty tired. Good shirt, though. Definitely has some nice, nasty things in a good way. I think a chart like him is fine. I just don't think it's a 24. I absolutely think it should be uprated. I also think 1948 S18 is a very good chart, too, and something that we don't have a lot of. We don't have a lot of jacks in that like range. And honestly, I felt the chart was easier than something else of EXE's. Allegro Furioso. I think 18 is a perfectly fine rating. Because I also felt the patterns as a whole are simple. They're not like, say, you got me crazy or you got me rocking turn patterns where you have to do some really nasty things at that BPM. It's hard to read. Like, execution, yeah, it's a little tough, but it's reading it. You have to read the entire time. And for those of us that don't have great reading skills like those, aka me, I find that really hard. Yeah, even scoring on it, I only got it up to like an S, like just barely above 970. It's pretty hard. It's a lot easier if you just turn JT minus 3, like go 3 minus from what your JT already is. Then you can just hit it on time and not have to care. Now, if you're already using JT minus, then sucks to be you. Yeah, I did it first try. It wasn't that hard. Spicy.
Excellent! You did a really great job!
Good chart. Tough.
Wow! New record!
But we don't know what the minus is. Especially since timing is not frame based in pump. We know that it's offset based. Like, it definitely uses timestamp polling because that's exactly what you do with step edit. So we know it does timestamp polling. So the exact amount, we don't know. If I were to guesstimate, I would say anywhere from 8 to 10 milliseconds for each. That's by just purely guesstimating. Yeah, so JT is judge timing. So this was actually introduced in Chrono Circle first. And then in the 2.0 update for Phoenix, they introduced it here. So it basically just changes the actual audio sync, which is actually really nice. It helps a lot, especially if you're doing stuff in the Prime 1 folder, because oh my god, in Prime 1, they were consistently late as hell. Boom is known to be early, but Part of that is just because of the instrument attacks. This is a case where no matter how you adjust your sync, it's always going to feel weird because the kicks don't line up with the rest of the instruments. So you're always going to have some kind of discrepancy. Like it's the same deal with like the beginning of The Devil. The very beginning of Devil, you do things to the strings and it feels really early. The moment the percussion comes in, everything feels late. Here, let me get some water. We'll talk more about this. Definitely want to make sure I hydrate. Alright. Always hydrate, never dehydrate. Yeah, so Devil starts early on the strings. But like I said, the moment you hit the percussion, which is in 90% of the song, now it's going to feel late the whole time. I will say, like, you don't need to go for PGs, like, near the top of your range, but at some point you do need to have some control, and you should be able to PG things well below that range pretty consistently. Because that should be fundamentals. Like, the Kaka pad is actually pretty hard, so I wouldn't worry too much about not PGing that. Like, if you can pretty consistently get within, like, 1 or 2 misses and triple S plus it, like, that's usually pretty reasonable. But I see players now who are just going for passes, and they're getting, like, these straightforward run charts where they're having, like, 100 to 150 grades. And at that point, that's a case of you definitely need to go back a little bit and get your timing, like, down so that you really understand what you're doing. Like, it's not the thing people want to hear, but it's the thing people need sometimes. Alright, let's keep going with Ultimate Eyes. Let's keep going with Ultimate Eyes. Right now it is about 6:30 p.m. It's about 6:30 p.m. my time. And you also have to remember that daylight savings is in effect for us. Whew. Probably should turn the speed down, but oh well. He did the 10-10-min thing where you need to step with the right foot, where you get stuck.
Absolutely perfect!
That's fine. Chart's good.
New record!
It's fine. A perfectly good chart. You know, I haven't seen Akyong play in forever. I hope he's doing well. Akyong's really good.
Next stage.
Honestly, I would say go back to like 18s and 19s. Like, how good are you on those? Like, let's say if you're not even consistently PGing within like, relatively consistently within like a 16 range, then now you need to play to calm your nerves. Because yeah, like, people screw up here and there, but if it's a constant thing where you're always missing or grading something, now you have to train your nerves, which means you definitely need to go down. It's a different mindset. Because when it comes to hard things, you're gonna have to keep your nerves in play the entire time. The moment I panic, I fall apart. Like, you definitely don't have to do everything. Because I think that is, with how many charts there are in the game, that's a waste of time. But playing enough to identify what the problem is and fixing it, that's the key. Ugh. I almost choked at the end.
Yes! Your skills are really amazing! Wow! New record!
Ugh. Ugh. That's pretty nasty.
Next stage.
That's pretty nasty at the end. I almost burned out of energy. That's pretty much exactly what I was talking about. Like, I started losing focus because I'm getting kind of hungry. And almost completely dipped in the middle. But then I was like, no, I don't want to play this again. Like, it's fun, but I don't want to play it again today. I say check stuff in the mid-teens range. Like, play 16s and 17s for warm-ups. Like, up to 19s for sure. But yeah, play that kind of stuff as your warm-up. Better yet, play some as your warm-up then play others warmed up, so you can kind of see the discrepancy between how you play cold versus warm. Oh, no. If you are getting S's on 16s, like, you are more than capable of getting way higher. No. If you are passing 25, like D25s, you should be capable of triple S'ing 16s. Like I said, fundamentals need work. And like I said, people rush things. That's why it's good to check yourself and go fix things that are needed. Even like S+, like, nah, D16s, no, those should be easy cake. Those should be easy cake as a whole. Like, I can understand having some brain farts, but as a whole, at your level, you should definitely be able to do better. Butterfly is fantastic, but it's also kind of hard for what it is because it focuses on middle 6. But Butterfly is great. It's funny you say that because I think S16s are like more straightforward than ever now. There's not a lot of gimmicky ones. Anyways. Let's play at least a couple of these. Well, that was my fault because I got stuck.
Wow! You're awesome! Wow! New record!
We'll fix that. Let's play that again. That's really fun. Well, here's the thing. Yeah, things may be forced.
Game over!
You still have to know how to do them. The game's not going to fucking care whether you're good at it or not. If you want to get better, you play the things you're not good at or forced. People always ask me, how did X player or how did y'all manage to do all this back in the day without speed mods and big background off? And the answer was, we didn't have a choice. We had to just do it. And that's the mindset you need. It doesn't matter what it is. If you want to improve at it, you have to put the effort in. It does not matter how crappy the chart can be. You put the effort in if you want to do better. Yeah, I can definitely see that with like one and done being lower like that. Like that's why I'm gonna play this one again. No, the foot switch can't work because it's on the right foot. You still have to double step out. If it was left foot, then yeah.
No, it was left foot. It was red
No, it's.
It
the-
was left blue out of the center.
But
Red
I'm
center,
saying,
center,
but I'm
center.
saying you have to jack with the right foot. It starts on the right foot both times, which means it's the parity is going to be the exact same.
Pretty sure it starts with the left foot.
No, you're probably right. That being said, I wouldn't do it that way. That's more annoying. Honestly, if I want to do that, I am better off just double stepping out of it.
Oh, just say what it looked like.
It's not worth doing it as foot switches.
Just don't turn there.
Yeah, just don't turn. Because I got like 4 misses in a row because my foot got stuck on the center and it was just missing
I
everything.
can agree to not turn there.
Yep. Also, yeah, this is about as much of a 21 as 1950 was a 20. it's pretty hard. It's pretty up there. 'Cause- yeah, and it's the upper end. This is also upper end, and it does not stop. Yep. Honestly, like, favorite song is tied between this and Decadence. Chart, I don't know yet. Decadence is really fun all around, so probably something out of that. What's up, Dragon Sage? Good enough.
Absolutely perfect! Wow! New record!
It's fun. It's hard, too. I do say it is easier than I found KMS22.
Next stage!
Like, I thought it was going to be about the same difficulty, but it ended up being slightly easier. Okay, so we're going to try D24, and then we're going to do S24 for now. I'm not playing anything higher for this chart until I feel like I'm ready for this song. I am too hungry to do anything after this credit. That's the hard part about getting older, is like you feel like you get like hungrier and more tired so quickly now. Like I cannot keep up with like say Jev and Cell doing their like 4 to 6 hour sessions. We're like just barely over the 2 hour mark, and I am white. Yeah, I don't know, because I got fat over COVID. Fatter. So I was never that fat to begin with, but I've definitely like gained weight. Like some of it is probably a little bit of muscle, but as a whole, it's definitely fat. so it's harder to move. That being said, I'm still surprisingly playing like as good as ever. Like even when I feel bad, I'm still playing better than when XX started. So I can't beat myself too badly. Make a video. Like make a video. See what your problem is. Because making a video like this, where you can see the pad in your feet, you can tell a lot of problems by being able to analyze a video and be like, oh, like I would have problems here hitting this bracket. I would have problems I would hit like here. And I have to see that in videos and intentionally correct myself, be like, okay, I need to intentionally turn my ankle more. Trust me, like a video of you playing and studying it does wonders. And if you can't take a video because the arcade's like busy or such, get someone else to watch you. EXE the Reaper. Pretty good first try. Cool.
Unbelievable! You are the best!
Good score.
Wow! New record!
It's really fun. And scarier than it actually is.
Next stage.
I would still say this is significantly easier for half double 24s compared to like Dement. If you do what I did and turn all the 16th bursts into 12s, probably low to mid, depending on how comfortable you are. Like I said, I don't find this nearly as hard as Dement, because Dement was like the boss half until we got some 25s. So, here's my thoughts on that. Everything is 3. Going to double that 3 each time. That's 666. That's gonna be my conspiracy theory for this. Yep, it does. Yeah, this is like an extraordinary amount of effort. Like, we've had definitely a lot of effort put into charts in the past for the 1900 series, but this one really, really shows. Because they knew people were going to be expecting it. They went all out. Okay, now I got to get through some runs. 240. It's Akimabara all over again. Oh, God. I want to just pass. I just want to get through this and be done for the day. Because I'm tired. The thing about these charts is that none of them feel unfair or just like spammy. They're just really hard. But like this chart has already been S'd. There we go. Yeah, this is the last song for the day, so we're just gonna pop this one hopefully. God, that's hard.
Yeah, I knew you could do it. Wow, new record.
Oh. Oh. Ow. The thing is, the S26 actually looks like a coherent chart compared to like 1949. Like, yeah, you have people mashing it out, but it's actually like very coherent. Yeah, so was I. The thing is that the hard part about that is like, yeah, you get through the opening runs. Thing is, now I'm completely drained and I'm like playing the end with no energy. And I was trying to conserve as much as possible to get back, so it was scary the entire, because I'm like, oh my god, I feel like I want to die for the entire last minute. I do too! Oh. Well, we clutched out a first try pass. I can't be mad, considering how hungry and tired I am. It's really fun. Like, it's a really good chart. But this is definitely upper end of 24s, because you have to get through the entire opening set of runs at 240 BPM. Then you have to play through another minute of chart. Oh. Oh, yeah, I am definitely going to eat. Let me find y'all a host. I'm gonna find y'all a host. Let's send that love and energy somewhere. Is there anybody doing pump right now? I want to send y'all to a pump stream if possible. If not, we'll send y'all to somewhere else. Who's doing things on Phoenix? Not really anybody doing things. Okay, well, that's fine. We'll send y'all somewhere else. Let's go say hi to Teeks. He's playing FF6 randomizer. Let's go say hi to my good buddy. Oh, Jesus. Alrighty, y'all. That's it for me today. Tuesday, I have a concert that I'm going to. So if I stream, it's either going to be really early or really late. I'm definitely going to take tomorrow off to rest. But y'all go have some fun with Teeks. Go say hi to him. Good buddy of mine. Known him for like almost a decade and a half. Really great guy. And I'll see y'all next stream. Thanks for watching, everyone.